Hello YouTube, it is Atticus. How's everybody doing? I'm good. I'm excited. I had a good day. It was snowing outside and I played in the snow for like 2 hours. So yeah, I'm recharged, I'm happy. And I played this game last night and it is such a good one. I know I say that on all my replays, but trust me, this one is a good one. Like you guys will see, it was a very long game, really grindy, really came down to the last unit, and there was so much micro in between, like me trying to shut down his artillery, him chasing me of rat ogres. Like it was like a game of chess. So I'm really excited to show it to you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the builds here. We got this huge map here, MP Blue Reach River. I have the mighty Balthazar Gelt, guys, and I only took final transmutation. So yeah, the idea is obviously that you overcast it. You get like 2 full uses of overcasting it, and it just melts lords. Besides that, he's going to be a wet noodle. So, I mean, his one role is just to try to, nuke the other lord. And besides that, he doesn't have any combat potential or anything like that. For my front line, guys, I have taken, I went with numbers. I got a mixture of swordsmen. I got 2 units of great swords. I got the Sigmar Sons in the middle to hold up the center pocket. And another swordsman here. Then I got 2 units of halberdiers in the back here. Also got 2 units of the crossbowmen, so they're going to be able to shoot at rat ogres, be able to shoot at poison wind bombardiers and things like that. And also a really cocool pick here, I got the Sterling's Revenge, guys. So yeah, these guys I'm going to use these exactly how I would the crossbowmen, the hambow, what are they called? The Hambos, the Blackguard Corsair Hambos. Also, guys, as you can see right here, I have a unit of the Knights of the Blazing Sun. I have 2 in total. I have 1 over there, 1 right here who's hidden. And also, guys, I have 2 units of Pistoliers. And I actually prefer the Pistoliers over the Outriders just because they can fire while moving. And pretty much everything on the Skaven roster, minus like Storm Vermin, is going to take a lot of damage. Like, for example, Rat Ogres, you can actually melt them pretty, effectively with the Pistoliers. I'm trying to find one so we can look at the armor. Here we go. So, yeah, if you look at the armor of them, 30 armor. So, Pistoliers will do a lot of damage to them. And here's the other unit of Pistoliers on this side right here. So, that's my build, guys. Really powerful. Real numbers. We're really going to come down to is trying to shut down this artillery, especially on this long match, and that's really what's going to be the interesting part of this battle. For my opponent, he brought Lord Skrolk. He's here somewhere. See if I can find him. Yep, right there. Is it Skrolk or Stroke? Yeah, Skrolk. Also, he does have a engineer. So, yeah, Warlock Engineer. So, he does have Wailing Warp Gale, the one that will lock down flying. It's like having a Tempest. And he also has some buff to artillery. So, he's invested a lot into that. 2 units of Rat Ogres, guys. And then he has a really scary pocket of Orb Throwers. He has 3 units of Death Glow Bombardiers, which are the anti-infantry ones. And then he has 2 units of the anti-large one, the Poison Wind Globadiers. So, yeah, I haven't really seen that build a lot. And these guys will absolutely just shred through low-tier, low-armored units. So, I mean, yeah, as long as your front line will hold, these guys will just destroy them. Especially with the summons of Skrolk, you could just keep, reinforcing that front line. It's a really good strategy, and you're going to see what it does. He also has a couple clan rats, Skaven slaves, clan rats. Yeah, so pretty much a lot of shaft units. And also, obviously, he has a Warp Lightning Cannon and a Plague Claw Catapult. So let's go ahead and look. This is a long one, so we're just going to go ahead and just jump into it, guys. So immediately, I'm just going to send my Pistoliers in, and I'm just going to try to get a little early damage on these artillery pieces. I mean, these are the biggest threat, so I'm going to spend a lot of resources into trying to shut them down. And I do a little bit of damage, but yeah, I mean, it's probably not worth it. You can see I'm taking a lot more damage in return. But the way I look at it is these guys are expendable. These things right here are something that can either make or break a game, give him a victory. You can see also, guys, I'm trying to sneak some Knights of the Blazing Sun, and what I'm trying to do here is distract him. I want his attention on the immediate threat, so I can try to sneak some other units around, the preference of the map. You can see here I'm going to get a nice charge, but my opponent is going to try to run away, but yeah, we're going to get some nice charge, but he's instantly going to send his Poison Wind Bombardiers to start trying to do some damage as well. And you can see that we didn't really get a lot of damage as much as I would have thought, because the trees kind of slowed down some of our charge. And we are going to get some, damage in return, but it's okay, I'm just trying to distract him, and, just trying to force a mistake out of them. You can see that these guys did rout off, which is a little bit unfortunate, but they will come back. And over here, you can see that my opponent is going to start chasing me with Rat Ogres. So, yeah, 101, Knights of the Blazing Sun versus Rat Ogres. I do believe it would go to the Knights of the Blazing Sun. They do have a lot of armor. Rat Ogres do have armor piercing, but yeah, I mean, just one-on-one, I think it would just be a matter of numbers. There's a lot more models in these guys, especially if they get their charge off. And that's eventually what I'm going to do. So you can see right here, I'm going to use this unit of Pistoliers to try to lure these Rat Ogres away. And eventually I'm going to turn these guys around and try to just get a really good charge. So yeah, this is what I was talking about, guys. I mean, I feel like Pistoliers are a really good counter to Rat Ogres. They'll never be able to catch them. And yeah, we'll just keep shooting in their face. Over here, we're going to get that first charge into the Rat Ogres. And yeah, this is what I was talking about, guys. So you can see, you know, damage is pretty even. He has a little bit slight of a lead, but that was because of the Poison Wind, you know, Bombardiers. And yeah, we're trading with him. And yeah, I mean, I paid a lot more for my horsemen that he did for his Rat Ogres, but they're one of the most, you know, biggest threat to my army. So I need to really invest in destroying these guys because they're mobile, they can stop cav, and they're the ones who can protect his artillery the most. So I figured it's a worthwhile trade. You can see why this combat's been going on, though, guys. I've been trying to sneak in my auxiliary cav force, and you can see I got my Pistoliers coming, and I got the second unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun, and I'm hoping he's not paying attention, because he has his artillery right here on the you know, edge of the map right here. It does look like he sees it, though, because he's starting to, you know, face his units into my Pistoliers. And yeah, I'm going to start shooting. We're going to get a couple volleys off. But yeah, he's going to start returning the fire. But it's fine, you know what I mean? Because the real threat, the real ambition that I have is to get these Knights of the Blazing Sun to get a charge in. You can see over here, my Pistoliers are just kind of shooting into these Rat Ogres. Looks like we're going to get one kill right there. But yeah, it looks like he is going to give up. And we've kind of split up his army right here. So this is working really good for me. You can see that I do have Balthazar in position. I'm getting ready to use one of my final transmutations. And I am going to do a overcasted one right here on the Warlock Engineer, because I was hoping that it would destroy some of the artillery pieces. And you can see there it goes. I'm going to get the very first final transmutation. It's going to be upgraded. And my opponent is going to get a unit of Clan Rat summoned. But yeah, he wasn't paying attention, and I'm going to get my first charge of the Knights of the Blazing Sun. So this is good, guys. We're doing a lot of damage to the artillery. We're doing damage to his lord. And we're shutting that down. But yeah, I mean, I'm not getting this stuff for free. You can see all these orbs are, you know, they're getting thrown into me. It's doing a lot of damage, but we are going to be able to break the artillery piece. So that's exactly what I wanted. And I'm instantly going to pull out my knights. And I'm taking a lot of damage, guys. But I really think if I could break the artillery, the army that I have is enough to beat through his army. I'm really taking a gamble on that. So yeah, we are going to pull away. I did decide to take out the... what's it called? The catapult over the warp lightning cannon, just because it was a little bit more exposed. You can see he is going to get one of his rocket spells off by the Warlock Engineer. You don't really see that a lot, but it did a little bit of damage. I'm surprised. It killed like 5 models there. So yeah, that's a talent that you could take by the Warlock Engineer. Over here you can see that I do have some Knights of the Blazing Sun. The ones that were in that first engagement, the Rat Ogres, are coming in around the back. So what I was hoping to do is hit this Plague Claw catapult when they do come back in from routing. And you can see I'm just trying to waste some of his ammunition with Balthazar, so I'm just kind of going from left to right, wasting some ammunition. And you can see that my opponent is, you know, shooting into my cav units right here. These Pistoliers are coming in, and yeah, like I said, they are expendable, so I'm just trying to waste some ammunition. You can see that Balthazar was able to Neo-Matrix all those shots, and yeah, see, this right here is what I want to get. These Plague Call catapults. I want to get those guys to rout before he has a chance to, you know, bring them back. You can see that my opponent is going to reposition his Warp Lightning Cannons, and he's being really patient. He's using these woods as cover. Now, I do know what he has because I scouted out with my cavalry and things like that. So I'm not sure why he's, you know, hiding in the trees or not even pulling these units back. But I think mostly, mainly what it is because, hey, he has the artillery advantage. Why be offensive when you have the artillery, you know what I mean? But you can see I'm just using Balthazar, trying to distract him, trying to keep his attention, you know, over here. Meanwhile, you see that my Knights of the Blazing Sun are going to come in and deal with these Plague Call catapults really quickly here. You can see that my opponent is going to get that Warp Gale, Howling Warp Gale, there it is, Howling Warp Gale upgraded. So yeah, it's going to keep me in place, which is really unfortunate. So now I'm a sitting duck, and you can see he's going to send his artillery onto me. He's going to send everything onto me. And yeah, this was what I was talking about, guys. These Plague Calls are just totally exposed, and they're already going to rout just standing next to those Knights of the Blazing Sun. But yeah, Balthazar is in a lot of trouble. Point blank, getting hit by that artillery piece, and I can't move. I'm like desperately clicking, trying to, like, you know, get him to go. And finally he is, right as the, you know, the next shot goes off. So, you know, in this situation, guys, you just want to go from left to right, just try to dodge. And you can see that I am eventually going to get into those guys. I do know that I do break them. But yeah, all my attention right here was just on clicking from left to right, because all it's going to take is one good hit, and if he flew that way, he'd get killed. And just, you know, right there's another direct hit, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, I want to kind of just go left, right, another dodge. Over here, you can see that we have shattered these plague claw catapults, so that's just one thing I don't have to worry about. So that kind of takes some pressure off my infantry. I am going to get Balthazar safe now. He's going to get back into the enemy lines. You can see I'm going to dodge another shot right there. But yeah, guys, I have my Knights of the Blazing Sun kind of sneaked around the back. My opponent wasn't paying attention. You can see I am going to kind of get caught up, but I'm going to pull around them. And yeah, we're going to get a perfect charge right into the back of this Warp Lightning Cannon. And then, that's where you want to hit. You want to hit the actual, Skaven slaves that are manning the back of it. And look at that, guys. It almost, destroys them. Yeah, if we could get that in route, that's going to mean I'm going to have a free approach to come on these guys with my infantry. And you can see my units are getting ready to route and his units route. So that's a really good pick for me. I do consider that a win, even though point-wise, it's a little bit, I've lost a little bit more in him. You see my opponent does have these rat ogres kind of here standing in the woods. He's being really patient with them. But yeah, he probably wants to get them up here screening out for the artillery pieces. You can see I am kind of just sending all my mobile units. I'm trying to do a lot of harassment. I'm sending Balthazar back. Yeah, I mean, I still been using all of my magic buffs and stuff, trying to get my Winds of Magic back. And yeah, we're just going to go in for another final transmutation. Over here, you can see that the Warplock Engineer is down to almost half health. And we've, taken out all his artillery, so that's kind of a waste for him. Now he has a unit that buff artillery, but he doesn't have artillery. But he still has all these scary pockets of poison winds, and you see that I'm going to invest into this charge here, even though these guys are going to take so much damage on the approach. I mean, they are anti-large. I figured, why not? What do I have to lose? So I'm going to get a nice charge. We're going to send a few rats flying, but it's instantly just going to cause my units to rout. But yeah, I'm going to get another charge. I'm just trying to take advantage of his army being split up like that. And yeah, you can see Balthazar is back over here. Just like the Warlock Engineer, took a little bit more damage. I must have missed that off screen. I used another final transmutation. And yeah, you can see the Rat Ogres are going to come out of the woods now, guys. And yeah, the Pistoliers, I've pretty much used all their ammunition. We're going to get a couple of volleys off. And yeah, I mean, it's free damage. These Pistoliers have really paid for themselves. They've shut down the artillery. They've kind of broke up its formation. And yeah, you can see now, guys, here shortly, I'm going to start moving the army up. So once I see that the artillery has been dealt with, I figured, well, I have a small window to actually, because he still does have these, as you can see over here, these Warp Lightning Cannons who theoretically could come back. And if he gets back on that cannon, I mean, it's not going to do the most damage, but it would do a little bit of damage. You can see I'm going to get another direct charge into these Poison Wing Globadiers. And yeah, that one was actually good. That one was actually worth it. We killed several models. We sent them flying. Instantly going to pull back. And this is just, textbook cycle charging, guys. We're just trying to do a lot of damage as we can. And you can see I'm just being really patient with my Knights of the Blazing Sun. Really trying to get my money's worth. And yeah, this was a really good pick for me. I sent some of my Pistoliers around when he wasn't looking. And I got into this Warp Lightning Cannon. So we're just killing these models. And every one that we kill is one less that he could put up on the, back on the artillery piece. He is wisely going to start screening me out with these Rat Ogres, but yeah, that was really good, That's the reason I kept sending these Knights of the Blazing Sun, is just to keep his attention over here while I got into the back. Now, it wasn't enough to kill him, completely, and you can see that, unfortunately, he does come back, and he still has 9 slaves, which is enough to man all 3 cannons. But yeah, now as you can see here, guys, the army is going to start moving up. So I feel like I've done enough skirmish, we've done enough cycle charging, we've shut down the artillery, and we're going to come up on the approach. From now on, I've probably just fast forward the rest of this part here, since it's just me coming up on the approach. You can see I am trying to do a little skirmishing, trying to force an opening. But yeah, we have this long traverse here this long field here to traverse. And imagine if that plague call catapult would have been open. I mean, imagine how much damage I would have been taking. I would have had probably 2 or 3 units wiped out before we even got a chance. Over here, you can see that I did get another charge into this catapult, but it does rout these Knights of the Blazing Sun. And yeah. Over here, you can see my opponent does get another Howling Warp Gale, but he did it a little bit too premature. He's trying to come with these Poison Wing Globadiers, but yeah, right as they get into range to fire, it goes away, and I instantly pull him back. So yeah, that could have been game-ending right there. If he would have been a little bit more patient when those guys were in range, I would have lost Balthazar. You can see my army is kind of split up here, guys. I do kind of like this, though, because it kind of forces him to, decide which way he wants to, which army is more of a threat, and so on and so on. You can see, though, I do have these, where are they at? Right here. the Sterling's Revenge, and my opponent doesn't know about that, and because they are stealth, and you can see that I am going to charge these Pistoliers into the Rat Ogres, and I'm only doing that so these guys can get in range, and they do have armor-piercing missiles, and they'll actually do a lot of damage to these Rat Ogres. You can see 1, 2 volleys, and it's killing these guys pretty quickly. Now, my opponent does have these Rat Ogres here in the back who are going to do a pincher maneuver onto my Sterling's Revenge, so I'm instantly going to start pulling them away, and I'm trying to reinforce them. If I can get them to these Halberdiers, that's going to be a really good situation for me, and you can see I'm just going to start running. They are going to get into my Sterling's Revenge, but yeah, I mean, Sterling's Revenge are not, pushovers. They can actually fight pretty good. They're decent melee combatants. You can see that some of my formation has been disrupted, though. I'm being really patient. I'm not going to send the army into there while I'm still trying to deal with these Rat Ogres. I figured, just be patient. He's not coming out on me. He doesn't have any artillery to hit me. But this is what I was talking about, guys. The Sterling Revenge has just been able to run away from these Rat Ogres, and they're even doing enough damage to cause them the rout. Once the Halberdiers get into position, the Sterling's Revenge will be able to start shooting unimpeded. So yeah, we're going to start getting some really good shots into the back of these Rat Ogres, and now we're screening these filthy guys out. And you can see that I got my crossbowmen also doing a little bit of damage. They're doing some Overwatch as well, and I got these Knights of the Blazing Sun who are coming. So these guys have been such MVPs. They've done so many good things for me this game, and you can see, yeah, these Rat Ogres are in a really bad spot now. They're going to get cycle charged by the Knights of the Blazing Sun. They got anti-large Halberdiers on their tail. We got, Sterling's Revenge. And yeah, so now he is going to commit to the engagement, looks like, with these Rat Ogres. I have them screened out from the main fight, and I'm going to start trying to reposition my army here. So I figured, okay, let's take this time to try to get a formation set up. So you can see I'm trying to just line up my army. I don't want to get caught out of position, like my army's kind of facing this way and he comes out of the woods. So yeah, you can see I am starting to reposition. Balthazar does cast Arcane Conduit. I'm just trying to get enough Winds of Magic to see if I can get another final transmutation. And yeah, so the Rat Ogres are going to run into the woods. If they do come back, I have, range units that could kill them. I have anti-large to protect it. But yeah, so now the final battle is getting ready to happen, guys. You can see the Skaven are going to come out of the wood like the nasty horde they are. And yeah, our forces are going to start to collide. So keep in mind, I have better infantry, but he has a lot of, poison wind, globadiers, bombardiers, and things like that. So yeah, swordsmen are going to attack against clan rats. We have great swords. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys, I also do have a warrior priest. So that was actually one of the linchpins in my army. So I figured when it did come down to the infantry fight, the warrior priest would be able to give all the buffs, and you can see that I do get them off. So we have Shield of Faith, we got Hammer of Sigmar, we got Soulfire. I just pop everything into this huge glob right here, and it's doing really good. And you can see the crossbowmen are just trying to shoot these Death Globe Bombardiers, and this warrior priest is really going to save me, guys, because I really feel like the protection, the damage buff, everything it's given is really helping me win this center pocket, especially with all the spells of where's he at? Of Lord Skrull. You can see I did get another final transmutation off. My opponent is going to get one of his lightning DPS spells off, and it does so much damage right into the center pocket right there. But luckily I have these crossbowmen who are providing a lot of Overwatch, and yeah, we're doing a lot of damage to these Death Globe Bombardiers. And you can see a lot of my units are breaking, but so is his. You can see that I am going to get into the back, shutting these guys down, and the warrior priest is, he's doing really good. He's saving my army. You can see that my opponent does do Blessed by Filth, which is, debuffing my guys. But yeah, right now, guys, Balance of Power is just dead set in the middle. These Sigmar Suns are really paying off for me, guys. They're unbreakable, and they're just keeping the Skaven, busy. And you can see that he is starting to shoot into these crossbowmen. And yeah, those Poison Globe Bombardiers are just so powerful. You can see that Lord Skrull's about half health, and we got the Warlock Engineer almost dead, and I'm trying to melt him. I'm spending all my archers. And you can see I got the Sterling's Revenge back, and I got the Halberdiers back. And this is going to help me a lot with their armor-piercing missile. So you can see we're instantly going to start shooting at the Warlock Engineer. And yeah, over here, guys, the Warrior Priest is fighting. He's going to try to get into Lord Skrull as well. Because of the Sterling's Revenge, we're going to instantly break the Warlock Engineer. And yeah, I mean, it's really anybody's game right now. You can see over on this side, we are breaking some of his units. But yeah, these Sigmar Suns are just pressuring his Death Globe Bombardiers. He really needs these units. If he loses them, then yeah, his infantry can't, compete against mine. Over here, the Warrior Priest is playing some interference. We're just trying to, create a barrier so my range units could do their job. You can see that I'm going to start trying to focus down Lord Skrull. He is going to get a clan rat summon right onto these crossbowmen. So yeah, that's really good. He's keeping them, busy. Over here you can see these poison globes almost got Balthazar. I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, he is going to make them rout, but this is a really good pick for me, guys. I'm shooting Lord Skrull right into the face. Even though these bombardiers are hitting me, we're doing a lot of damage up on the approach. So it's this unit right here, though. I mean, look at those. Look at those damage it does. It's anti-infantry, orbs that just really smack you in the face. Luckily, these halberdiers are at full health, and they're going to be able to start, trying to shut those guys down. And I still have my warrior priest, who's been doing his Shield of Sigmar and Hammer of Faith and all those different buffs. And you can see that we're just pressuring away these 2 units right here, which is a really good pick. That's a lot of DPS that he doesn't have. So really, it's coming down to Skrulk and this 1 unit of Death Globes, and he also has this unit over Poison Winds. But yeah, they're shut down as well. So yeah, the Sigmar Sun, our Sterling's Revenge, and the warrior priest now are going to battle against Lord Skrulk. And yeah, now the balance of power for the first time is starting to come into my favor. You can see that Lord Skrulk is getting ready to waver, and he is going to break. So yeah, now, I'm thinking, all right, this game is mine. He does have a few units here still in the woods that could come back, but yeah, not having his Lord is really going to affect his leadership. And you can see I'm just trying to escort some of his units off the map. He does have a unit of clan rats right here coming back, but yeah, we got the Sigmar Suns. They'll be able to deal with them quite effectively. You can see I'm sending the remainder of my halberdiers into trying to shut down this unit, and yeah, we are just trying to kill Lord Skrulk, and you can see that he is routed, he dies, and yeah, now it's going to be pretty soon army losses for my opponent. You can see that now we're just going to start trying to clean up the rest of his units, and army losses. So good game to my opponent. We'll go ahead and look at the end screen breakdown and talk about some of the keys for my success. AZ66, I've played him before. Really good opponent. Good game to you. That was such a fun game. That was a long one. That was a really stressful one. Keys for success with those Knights of the Blazing Sun and the Pistoliers, guys. But that early damage, doing all those cycle charges, getting into his artillery. That really, if we wouldn't have had that, he would have beat me, for sure. Also, Sterling's Revenge did really good countering the Rat Ogres, sniping the Lord. I feel like Balthazar Gelt did really good with his final transmutation. And yeah, it was a really patient game. So I guess the moral of the story on this, guys, is be patient. Don't always just go charging. If you see your opponent has an artillery, sometimes, don't just go charging it. Be patient. See if you force your opponent to become impatient and make a mistake. Hide your units in some trees and, do some cavalry cycle charges. Get some skirmish off. See if there's, don't always, especially when you're fighting dwarfs as well. Nothing says that you have to be the aggressor, especially if they're playing really defensive. This goes to show you guys, if I would have charged in, I would have lost. So, anyways, that was such a cool game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope my casting of it was adequate. And, yeah. I hope you guys have a good night. So it's Atticus, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.